Desires make slaves out of kings, and patience makes kings out of slaves. Knowledge without action is wastefulness, and action without knowledge is foolishness. To get what you love, you must first be patient with what you hate. Do not allow your heart to take pleasure with the praises of people, nor be saddened by their condemnation. Those who look for seashells will find seashells. Those who open them will find pearls. Never have I dealt with anything more difficult than my own soul, which sometimes helps me and sometimes opposes me. The hypocrite looks for faults, the believer looks for excuses. Knowledge exists potentially in the human soul like the seed in the soil. By learning, the potential becomes actual. You must convince your heart that whatever Allah has decreed is most appropriate and most beneficial for you. A man of bad character punishes his own soul. If you do not prepare now for the afterlife, then when will you do so? Often love between two people intensifies not because of beauty or some advantage, but because of sheer spiritual affinity. If you are busy with yourself now, you will be busy with yourself then. If you are busy with Allah now, you will be with Him then. Man's nature is made up of four elements, which produce in him four attributes, namely, the beastly, the brutal, the satanic, and the divine. In man there is something of the pig, the dog, the devil, and the saint. Whoever says that all music is prohibited, let him also claim that the songs of birds are prohibited. You possess only whatever will not be lost in a shipwreck. Half of the disbelief in Allah in the world is caused by people who make religion look ugly due to their bad conduct and ignorance. The corruption of religions comes from turning them to mere words and appearances. Do not dispute with anyone in any matter as far as possible, for in argumentation lies much harm, and its evil is greater than its benefit. To completely trust in Allah is to be like a child who knows deeply that, even if he does not call for the mother is totally aware of his condition and is looking after him. This visible world is a trace of that invisible one, and the former follows the latter like a shadow. The happiness of the drop is to die in the river. The way to paradise is an uphill climb, whereas hell is downhill. Hence, there is a struggle to get to paradise and not to hell. Understand that for every rule which I have mentioned from the Quran, the devil has one to match it, which he puts beside the proper rule to cause an error. If those who do not possess the knowledge to avoid the scholarly discussions, disagreement will end. A human being is not a human being while his tendencies include self-indulgence, covetousness, temper, and attacking other people. Work for your terrestrial life in proportion to your location in it, and work for your afterlife in proportion to your eternity in it. Does money upset the hearts of learned men? He answered, men whose hearts are changed by money are not learned. Whoever passes 40 without his virtue overpowering his vice, let him get ready for hellfire. This advice contains enough for people of knowledge. Love for God is the farthest reach of all stations, the sun of the highest degrees, and there is no station after that of love, except its fruit and its consequences. He who buries his head deep into a nosebag full of food cannot hope to see the invisible world. The mere physical man is like the ant crawling on the paper, who observes black lettering and attributes its production to the pen and nothing more. If the world had two gods, it would surely go to ruin. This is the first premise. Now it is known that it has not gone to ruin. This is the second premise. From these premises the conclusion must of necessity follow, that is, the denial of two gods, He who does not arrive at the intuition of these truths by means of ecstasy knows only the name of inspiration. Each of your breaths is a priceless jewel, since each of them is irreplaceable and once gone, can never be retrieved. It is sometimes said that we drink our religion with our mother's milk. We only benefited from the small units of prayer we did late at night. Do not buy the enmity of one man for the love of 1,000 men. Which quote did you like the most? Give your valuable feedback in the comments. Don't miss the opportunity to watch the next video. Subscribe.